I'm a bad man.
Dodgers Executive Vice President Andrew Friedman said manager Dave Roberts will return next year for his 9th season. Roberts, one of only 2 black managers in Major League Baseball, is under contract through 2025. There was concern about Roberts' future. The Dodgers failed 2 years in a row to reach the National League Championship Series after winning 100 games in the regular season. The Dodgers are also 3-10 in their last 13 postseason games. 5 NFL teams starting a black quarterback have a combined 20-8 record. That's 71%. At the top of the list is Kansas City's Patrick Mahomes and Philadelphia's Jalen Hurts. Both are 5-1. Dallas is 4-2 with Dak Prescott. Seattle is 3-2 with Geno Smith. Cleveland is also 3-2 with Deshaun Watson and P.J. Walker. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
KBLA Talk 1580.
Follow the leader.
If you're not following KBLA Talk 1580 on all of our socials, then you're missing out. Download our app and find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, and on the web at KBLA 1580.
That's right.
Again, you can find all of our socials at KBLA 1580.
We've got a lot to talk about.
By the way, if you miss any of our weekday shows in real time, you can always catch up by checking out the podcast of your favorite shows at your leisure. At KBLA Talk 1580, we've got your black.
Follow the leader. Oh my God. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader. Follow the leader.
In the Ferrari, a Jaguar, switching 4 lanes with the top down, screaming out money ain't a thing.
Bubble hard in the double law, flashing the rims with the window crack. Holla back, money ain't a thing.
Jigga, I don't like it if it don't gleam. In the hell with the price, but the money ain't a
Put
thing.
it down hard for my dogs that's locked in the bang. When you hit the bricks, new whips, money ain't a thing. Come on.
Y'all wanna floss with us? Come on. All across the board, we burn it up. Drop a little paper, baby, toss it up. Slacking on your pimpin', turn it up. See the money ain't a thing.
Welcome to Wealth Building Wednesdays, where we center Black, women, and BIPOC-owned businesses, highlight opportunities and initiatives for underrepresented entrepreneurs, and center socially innovative enterprises, building generational prosperity, fostering real networking, and recycling black dollars. It's Wealth Building Wednesdays on KBLA Talk 1580.
And I'm happy to welcome in a black-owned business this week. The business is called Public Statement Apparel. It's a black-owned and operated business with an evolving line of branded apparel, custom apparel, and exclusive collaboration pieces. The owner of the company simply goes by Eric. Good morning, Eric.
Good morning, Dominique. How are you doing this morning?
Good. I've seen your pieces. I've worn your pieces. You are not just a black-owned business, but I would say a socially innovative business, an enterprise with a consciousness to it. Do you agree with that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. My brand was totally built off of social justice issues that came out in 2020 after the tragic George Floyd incident. And going out to the protest where there was 100,000 people in Hollywood. I was at that protest, and I went out there to try to pick up a piece of history by buying a shirt. And as you know, in LA, anytime we win a championship, anytime somebody's in town to play a concert, or somebody unfortunately passes away, somebody's on the corner in LA selling somebody's T-shirt.
Yep.
But that didn't happen. But that didn't happen for the George Floyd movement. There was no Black Lives Matter. There was no rest in peace George Floyd. There was no I stand with you. There was none of that. And so at that time, as you know, there was COVID-19 happening. And of course, just like everybody else, I lost my job too. And so as I lost my job, I lost my income, my bills didn't stop. So I saw an opportunity. I said, well, I have a voice. I was angry at the time, and I wanted to let my voice be heard. But how am I going to do that by just sitting on my soapbox and yelling at the crowd? No. I went ahead and created a shirt because I understand that people are walking billboards. So I went ahead and let my voice be heard through a T-shirt.
And it evolved into more and more T-shirts.
Oh, wow. It unbelievably just blew up. Absolutely. I ended up partnering up with Black Lives Matter Los Angeles, Black Lives Matter Grassroots. I've worked with movie studios, artists, comedians, other various organizations from all across the spectrum. It's just unbelievable how fast it's grown in the last 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, where does that come from, Eric? Where does that energy for public statement apparel come from? Is it people seeing, the young black king or the black queen shirts or the BLM shirts and saying, I want one of those? Or is it word of mouth? How is it blowing up like that for you?
I mean, I'm in these streets. I'm not just out here selling a shirt. I'm really in these streets. I mean, you could catch me out here at Taste of Soul this Saturday over here on Crenshaw, and I won't be out here with just any old public statement apparel, something that you've seen in the past. I work with current events. Right now, we have the Hamas-Israel conflict going on in the Middle East, and as most people know, I stand with Palestine. So I have a lot of free Palestine merch just released during the last weekend's Free Palestine protest that happened over on Wilshire.
Wow. I know you have the folding chair on a shirt.
Yeah, I bought 3-4 of them.
The FAFO shirt and the black signal no cap. And one of my personal favorites, bring y'all asses on. That's your Harriet Tubman
Absolutely.
quote.
Yeah, what I try to do is I try to not only just have a message or whatever's on my mind, I try to get the people's attention. Thus, public statement apparel. It's another PSA brought to you by Public Statement Apparel. I use that phrase, that public service announcement phrase, and I just matched it with my brand, and it made sense because it's a public statement being put on a piece of apparel. So it just all came together like that, and thus Public Statement Apparel was born, and here we are today.
You said you stand with Palestine, and it's fraught right now, right? I feel like people that never stood with Black Lives Matter or the movement for Black Lives or anything are demanding that African American artists and individuals make solidarity statements with Israel. I don't have a problem with that. For me, as far as solidarity with the Israeli people and the murder of civilians being terrible and wrong. But on the other hand, we aren't seeing the same energy around the condemning the murder of civilians, Palestinian civilians, and the ongoing.
We're not going to.
Yeah,
we're not going to. We haven't seen any type of propaganda or anything in response to the bombing of the hospital. They just bombed a school this morning, or while I was getting ready for you this morning, I was looking at the videos through Sean King that they bombed a school this morning. It's just unbelievable, the things, the tragedies that are going on out there, and nobody's responding. And I find that incredibly sad.
Well, I feel like the streets are responding, but I know what you're saying from an official capacity. Yeah. But how did you get to your, your point of view, your PSA, your public statements come from your intellectual outlook and understanding? Where does that come from?
Yeah. I did 6.5 years in the penitentiary. That's another reason of why public statement apparel is here, is because it's not easy for a Black man like me to go out and get a job that will feed my family. I can go get a job at McDonald's or Dunkin' Donuts or something like that, but how am I going to feed my family though, truly, and live my dreams out? Because I paid debt to society, and I still want to live my life and explore life for the most that it can offer me. But it's hard to do that in this American society, especially when you're being Black. So I decided to go ahead and do it myself. I said, forget all the naysayers, forget all the people that said that you can't. I went ahead and said, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and do it. And then I'm going to smile at you when I'm at the top. And I'm going to go ahead and bring the rest of those people that you look down upon, I'm going to bring them with me too. Because my platform is for people that need an opportunity.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's a great way forward if you can do it, is entrepreneurship, because it is true that people who have been incarcerated are subject to second, double, triple, quadruple jeopardy in terms of housing, employment, and everything else with those things staying on your record. So I'm happy for you that entrepreneurship has been a way out for you and growing. But you said you were responding to the question about your consciousness, so I'm assuming that means when you were incarcerated for those 6+ years that you were doing a lot of reading.
Not just doing a lot of reading, but doing a lot of experiencing, doing a lot of listening. You know, when you're a modern day slave, it puts a lot of things into perspective. That's what prisoners are. They're modern day slaves. And so when you are liberated from that, and you look back and you truly say in your heart, never again, you're going to go ahead and take all those lessons that you learned, whether they be good, bad, whether you made mistakes, whether you were ahead of the curve and avoided the mistake, whatever, or watch somebody else make the mistake, whatever it may be, you listened, you learned, and you refused to make those same mistakes that you've seen all those years, to go forward and to give all the things that you did pick up that were positive and things that you could attack the world with that will be to your great benefit. You take those things and you execute those things effectively.
Yeah, that's the best case scenario, Eric. That's the best case scenario. Eric is the owner and founder of Public Statement Apparel. One thing that I know you do that a lot of our change makers and rabble-rousers that are part of the KBLA delegation may be interested in is that you can customize shirts for someone's cause, for their own personal slogan, for a birthday party, for a revolution, whatever it might be, right?
Absolutely. Yeah, we can do anything. I mean, from T-shirts, hoodies. We work with Cal State. We do tote bags. I've done stoles for graduation. I've done all kinds of things. It doesn't have to be necessarily a movement. It could be your personal business. It could be your brand, your own clothing brand. It could be all kinds of things. But it has to be something that we both can see eye to eye with. You know, if it's a view that I personally don't agree with, then I'm going to go ahead and send you on to somebody else that might be able to do the work. But if we can see eye to eye on those terms, then yeah, we can definitely do something together.
I know that we can reach out to you, psaclothingla@gmail.com, psaclothingla@gmail.com. I know your public statementapparel.com if you guys want to see the collection, publicstatementapparel.com. And I also see a number on your website. Folks can reach out by phone as well?
Yes, they can reach out by phone. Also, Instagram is really, really, really an easy way to get a hold of me through DMs. That'll be @PublicStatementApparel.
@PublicStatementApparel, yeah. You know what? I always forget about that, but so many businesses right now are primarily functioning on Instagram.
Yeah, it's really amazing how Instagram just works for entrepreneurs.
Yeah. Well, what else you want to say? You're a fascinating guy to talk to, and you are, and I wish you much success, continued success. Public Statement Apparel, @Public Statement Apparel on IG. What do you want to leave us with, Eric?
Y'all check out my YouTube video, man. This is Eric. Eric is spelled E-R-I-K. There is no C in my name. E-R-I-K. This is Eric BLM on YouTube. Check that out. Share it. I promise you, if you take a look at it, it'll touch you, and it'll put something on your mind. And that's just about it, man. Reach out to me. If y'all see me in the street, say what's up. Shoot me a follow on Instagram. Y'all know what it is, man. The Black entrepreneur is out here in these streets for real, for real.
For real, for real. And the streets are hot lately, so I'm sure you're busy.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, man. This is PSA brought about Public Statement Apparel. Thank you for having me, Dominique. I really appreciate talking with you this morning.
Absolutely. Custom shirt orders coming. Public Statement Apparel is in the spotlight for Wealth Building Wednesday. You could be too. All you got to do is reach out to me or KBLA 1580 on any social media platform. Find me at DiPrima Radio, DIPRIMA, and then radio. Just inbox me. Let's get your business, your socially innovative, woman-owned, black-owned, small business, even the focus on local businesses, so important. And we are here for you. That's what we do around here on Wealth Building Wednesday. It's time to call me, 800-920-1580. We are KBLA Talk 1580.
More of First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
What's up? I'm Danelle Riley, FAMU alumni and creator of the HBCU Culture Shop. I am so proud of my new partnership with Black Beyond Measure and Target. They help me elevate community pride with my HBCU designs and continue to support Black creators and entrepreneurs with Target HBCU challenges, scholarship programs, and campus collaborations. Let's come together this homecoming season and beyond. Shop my brand and discover other Black-owned products at target.com/BlackBeyondMeasure.
Join LA Civil Rights and the Reparations Advisory Commission's Black Experience Study live this fall. Learn about the city's plans for reparations and join the study in real time. For more information and to register, visit laisforeveryone.com today.
King C. Gillette knows you're dedicated to your barbershop routine. But what about after? What's your routine for facial hair to avoid dry skin, itching, and beard rough? Well, the King C. Gillette Beard Oil is a perfect fit for making your beard feel as good as it looks. It softens your facial hair and moisturizes to help prevent itch due to dry skin. Get facial hair that feels as good as it looks. Just trim, wash, and soften with King C. Gillette.
As veterans, we're no strangers to helping others.
That's what we were taught, service before self.
But we do have one question for the veterans listening.
When was the last time you reached out for help?
If you or someone you know needs resources, whether it's for stress, finances, employment, or mental health, don't wait. Reach out.
Find more information at va.gov/reach. That's va.gov/reach.
Brought to you by the United States Department of Veterans Affairs and the Ad Council.
At Grainger, we're for the ones who specialize in saving the day and for the ones who've mastered the art of keeping business moving. We offer industrial-grade supplies for every industry with same-day pickup and next-day delivery on most orders, all backed by real people ready to help. So you can get the right answers and products right when you need them. Call quickgrainger.com or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
What's up? I'm tired of feeling so bloated. That used to be me. Then I got this. Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion. A probiotic, right? Yeah, it works naturally with your gut to help soothe occasional bloating and gas. Plus, it has vitamin B12 to aid digestion by helping convert food to cellular energy. 2 benefits, 1 capsule.
Align Bloating Relief plus food digestion from the #1 doctor-recommended probiotic brand. Learn more at alignprobiotics.com.
The conversation continues right now with Dominique DiPrima on First Things First.
And I am truly looking forward to talking with Dr. Gerald Horne today in the final hour of this show. He always has so much insight and historical context for us that really, really helps, especially in situations like what we're looking at in the Israel and Hamas war that's going on right now. Of course, folks referenced it earlier, but the destruction, the bombing of a hospital on yesterday, the estimates are anywhere between 200 and 500 plus people, civilians dead in that airstrike. And Israel is denying that they did it. They're saying it was a terrorist group with a rocket that malfunctioned. That's what they're claiming. It's understandable why a lot of folks don't believe them. They have denied other attacks in the past and then later admitted them. And also initially, at least according to the Palestinian Authority and some posts that I've seen, they initially took credit or blame, depending on how you want to look at it, for that hospital explosion. A Netanyahu spokesperson, and then rescinded that, deleted that, and said that it was. They said that there were terrorists hiding in the hospital, and then said that in fact they didn't do it. Both sides are pointing the finger at each other. The problem is, and I guess we'll find out because they say they have evidence, although, you don't know because the United States has taken such a clearly biased position towards Israel in this case that it's hard to know. You and I are not going to go over there, and even if we did, I'm not an expert on craters and how to tell where this bomb came from. It does seem, though, that Israel is bombing the Gaza Strip constantly, right? That's what's been happening since the terrible, terrible attack that Hamas did on civilians. They have been retaliating on the entire territory, which is Palestine, right? Which they still control, Israel. It was interesting to me that Biden said it would be a mistake for Israel to reoccupy Gaza. And that's one of the things I want to ask Dr. Gerald Horn, because if you control the water, the food supply, the electricity, aren't you an occupier now? I don't understand the distinction there. Maybe they mean having actual troops on the ground on every corner all the time. But the point is, now the president has arrived in Israel, and the bombing of that hospital with the massive, massive loss of life, the killing of civilians, children, patients, and not everyone was a patient because some folks were sheltering there who had already lost their lives or lost their homes, I should say, to the bombing. It's just really created a crisis worldwide. It has started to make people look a little bit more at the cost and the tragedy befalling the people of Gaza, the people, not the politicians, not the political parties and organizations, not the Israeli government, not Hamas, the Israeli people who are murdered, the Palestinian people who are being bombed into oblivion. And now, Biden is there, but his meeting with Jordan has been canceled or shall we say postponed. And I think many of the countries within that area are hesitant to even deal with the United States because we're so clearly an ally of Israel. We've always been an ally of Israel, but an ally who is putting their finger on the scale in a way that discounts the humanity of the Palestinian people. And, that's angering folks on the global stage, not just Palestinians or other Middle Eastern allies of Palestine, but people around the world who have different news reporting than we do. And so they get more information about the totality of what is going on there. So Biden was supposed to meet with the leaders from Jordan and Egypt and the Palestinian Authority, but all of those meetings have now been canceled. And we'll see. What will the president's visit, his emergency visit, yield? And is the United States at this point an honest broker, given the positions that we've taken of absolute, unquestioning loyalty to Israel? Unquestioning meaning we don't even ask you for proof. We're not even asking you to de-escalate. We're not even advocating for peace. The only thing I've heard is try not to kill too many civilians. Of course, I'm paraphrasing. That's pretty much it. It's like, do what you got to do. Wipe Hamas off the face of the earth. Does that mean wiping Gaza off the face of the earth, though? If you say every school, every church, every hospital is a possible terrorist hideout, and if it's true that Hamas has got tunnels all underneath Gaza, does that mean you've got to wipe out the entire population? When we talk about war crimes, we have to be able to call them out when Hamas does it and call it out when the IDF does it, and not just blindly repeat what we hear. We don't do that. We don't even do that for our own government. I think we give, we're giving more of a pass to Israel, to the Israeli government, to Netanyahu, I'm not talking about the people, than we do to our own government. When our government decides to go bomb somebody or tells us that, no, it wasn't us, we want proof, and we want it now. We don't just say, oh, okay, Biden, okay, Trump, okay, Obama, carry on. When we know about things, when we know about the drone strikes, when we know about the caging of children at the border, when we know about the whipping of Haitians at the border, we want answers. But we give Netanyahu a pass that we don't give Trump, that we don't give Biden, that we don't even give to Obama or Clinton. What is that? It's a very crazy situation. And you know what? I saw Amanda Seales calling out a lot of celebrities and colleagues for not saying anything. And I can understand that. She's an idealistic person. She wants people to stand up for what's right. On the other hand, I can see why folks don't want to talk about it, because the tenor of the conversation is so hysterical. Did you see Alicia Keys on yesterday getting called out by what's her name? Megan, whatever her name is, that used to be on Fox, and some other Twitter Karens, because Alicia Keys wore a green racing jacket and said that she wanted to try paragliding. Give me an effing break. I mean, so they're saying it's green because of Palestine. So you can't wear green now? And you can't talk about paragliding because supposedly, I say supposedly because technically it might not be paragliding. It might be some other kind of aerial device that Hamas used. So they were trying to say that Alicia Keys was doing a stealth message in support of Hamas. That's ridiculous. Now you can't wear green and you can't talk about paragliding. With that level of paranoia, with that level of disinformation, misinformation, and targeting of people, no wonder folks don't want to say anything. And that's not a good thing. That's chilling on our democracy. I think about these students from Columbia and Harvard who have had companies saying they're going to drop their job offers that they had, and that they will track and boycott them and blacklist them from getting jobs in corporate America because of the positions they've taken in this conflict. That's not the so-called American way. That's not freedom of speech, freedom of ideas. It isn't. And when we start seeing these folks on college campuses, these college board members threatening to withdraw their donations to the university because they want to control what's taught in ethnic studies. They want to control the messaging of the university around international and national political events. That to me is, we're now entering a phase of oligarchy, fascism, authoritarianism. Call it what you will. It ain't good. News, traffic, and sports. Call me. KBLA Talk 1580.
Say the quiet part out loud. KBLA Talk 1580.
Good morning and thank you for joining us on this Wednesday. It is October 18th. I'm Mike Moore. Now here's the latest from the Black Information Network. President Biden says it appears the deadly explosion at a hospital in Gaza was, quote, done by the other team. Biden made the comment shortly after arriving in Israel today and speaking with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Hundreds are believed to have died Tuesday at a hospital that was struck in Gaza City. Another vote will be held this morning to elect a new Speaker of the House. Ohio Republican Jim Jordan failed to get the necessary 217 votes during the first ballot of the vote on the House floor, earning only 200 votes. Democrat House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, who is black, received the most votes with 212. And that's the latest. I'm Mike Moore from your 24/7 news source, the Black Information Network and BINnews.com.
Escape with the best stories of the year on Audible. Hear celebrity memoirs, mysteries, true crime, sci-fi, and more. Ignite your imagination with audiobooks, podcasts, and originals. Sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com.
This is the KBLA Sports Minute with Ray Richardson.
I'm a bad man. Dodgers Executive Vice President Andrew Friedman said manager Dave Roberts will return next year for his 9th season. Roberts, one of only 2 black managers in Major League Baseball, is under contract through 2025. There was concern about Roberts' future. The Dodgers failed 2 years in a row to reach the National League Championship Series after winning 100 games in the regular season. The Dodgers are also 3-10 in their last 13 postseason games. 5 NFL teams starting a black quarterback have a combined 20-8 record. That's 71%. At the top of the list is Kansas City's Patrick Mahomes and Philadelphia's Jalen Hurts. Both are 5-1. Dallas is 4-2 with Dak Prescott. Seattle was 3-2 with Geno Smith. Cleveland is also 3-2 with Deshaun Watson and P.J. Walker. No debates, no speculation, just the info you need. That's your KBLA Sports Minute. I'm Ray Richardson on KBLA Talk 1580.
This is KBLA Talk 1580. Talk radio. That's music to your ears. We're unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580.
We're celebrating 1 year of the K. From checking out the vibrant art and diverse dining in Lamert Park to cheering on your favorite team in Inglewood, you can choose your own adventure when you ride the Metro K-Line. Leave the car at home and go Metro. Visit metro.net/K-Line.
What's up? I'm Danelle Riley, FAMU alumni and creator of the HBCU Culture Shop. I am so proud of my new partnership with Black Beyond Measure and Target. They help me elevate community pride with my HBCU designs and continue to support Black creators and entrepreneurs with Target HBCU challenges, scholarship programs, and campus collaborations. Let's come together this homecoming season and beyond. Shop my brand and discover other Black-owned products at target.com/BlackBeyondMeasure.
In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, children are the future. Here, tobacco companies are committed to higher education, offering scholarships to students who submit essays about the benefits of vaping. The tobacco industry even sponsors summer camps for kids. Don't worry, the tobacco-sponsored programs have been linked to leaving your kids more interested in smoking. In Big Tobacco's Fantasyland, the world's deadliest industry is your child's friend. See reality at undo.org.
KBLA Talk 1580. We've got a lot to talk about.
KBLA Talk 1580, connecting you with services and solutions. Stay Housed LA has the resources you need to know your rights and the legal support to back them up. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost people their jobs and livelihoods. This has left an estimated 1/3 of households not being able to make rent and facing losing their homes. This is a fear no one in our community should have to face. You have rights, though, and Stay Housed LA is here to help. Stay Housed LA is a partnership between the County of Los Angeles, the City of Los Angeles, and local community and legal service providers. Together, they provide tenants with the information and support needed to exercise their rights so they can remain safely in their homes. Find out more about your rights by participating in a virtual tenant workshop. Get the legal assistance you need. Find additional resources in Los Angeles County and the City of Los Angeles. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA County for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. Stay connected to Stay Housed LA for updates. This and more at stayhousedla.org. That's stayhousedla.org. Or call their hotline at 213-694-0040. We've got your Black with a community call to action from KBLA Talk 1580.
For all of us, this generation and the next, there is simply no place in our lives for litter. And yet, it's everywhere we look. And unfortunately, it does belong to all of us. So, let's come together and create a litter-free, clean California, once and for all. Remember to properly dispose of your trash and recycling. Secure truckloads with tarps to keep debris from flying out. Clean out your car when you're at a gas station. Take pride in your community by organizing a cleanup event. Or join a cleanup event near you. Zero litter is the goal. Join us at cleanca.com. That's cleanca.com. Let's do it together. Brought to you by Caltrans. cleanca.com.
At KBLA Talk 1580, we do more than just talk.
You got a big mouth. Hello, Joe, you're up. Welcome.
We're unapologetically progressive, and we don't black down.
Yeah, I just follow up on what I was saying about Alicia Keys. She put out statements saying that, that her comment about wanting to go hang gliding had nothing to do with Israel and Hamas, and Black Twitter has been defending her, but she can get under fire for that. I can understand. For something that wasn't even a thing, I can understand why a lot of people are staying quiet on this. President on the ground, he is already meeting with Netanyahu and publicly said that, I quote, Biden said, "It appears as though it was done by the other team, not you," talking about the hospital. That'll make everybody mad. I don't know how much diplomacy he's going to get done starting off there when that is such a contentious issue. And, and Israel has a history of, not being forthcoming about attacks that they have done in the past. I don't know how diplomatic that was, but the president is there, and hopefully he will be able to keep this this conflict from turning into a much bigger war. I don't know, though. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like a great place to start. You start off hugging Netanyahu, saying, "Oh yeah, we believe you," before a thorough kind of investigation has been done, and while protests continue to rage throughout the region. Donald Trump yesterday doxed New York Attorney General Letitia James, a black woman who is behind that $250 million civil suit against the Trump organization. He posted some blogger's piece that exposed her personal address and then ranted and raved about how terrible she is, which is really like a death threat. I mean, to me, these judges, and I know they're already putting gag orders on the former president, but to me, when he calls her a lunatic and says she's defrauding the public, and he's talking to his base that already don't love black women, and then he gives out her address, to me, that's like ordering a hit on a person, right? We saw what happened to those election workers, and I feel like the judges could take these threats more seriously, because what he's doing is he's unleashing the MAGA army on a sitting attorney general. Make it make sense. How do you get away with that? Jim Jordan lost. If it was a simple majority, Hakeem Jeffries would be the Speaker of the House. Oh, happy day. But you have to you can't just win the plurality of the votes. You have to win more than half of the actual available votes to win. So he's not the Speaker. Too bad. That would be a great happy ending. But no, Jordan's going to try again. He had 20 people that didn't support him, so he had one less than Kevin McCarthy. And I don't know if it's moving in the right direction. He got 200 votes. Hakeem Jeffries got 212. I think it's funny that McCarthy got 6 votes, even though he didn't vote for himself. He got applause when he voted for Jordan. Yeah, that was like a Mike Pence move to me. Kiss the ring of the person that's trying to crush you. Okay, if it works for you, it works for me. If you like it, I love it. Let's go to Q, calling us from L.A. Good morning, Q.
Grand rising to you, my dear sister. Now, what is happening in Middle East? Many people thought that it's a conflict between the Jews and the Palestinians. No, but it's rather the conflict between the Zionism and the Palestinians. And the reason why I think the reason why people are afraid to speak out is because Zionism, the Zionists, they control the banking system, the media. And
I mean, that's like an anti-Semitic trope. Q. I mean, what you're saying is Jewish people. It is, though. You're saying Jewish people control.
I'm not saying Jewish.
All right.
I'm not saying the Jewish. I'm saying the Zionism. Zionism is different from the Jews. Zionism is a movement that was created to establish the state of Israel. That has nothing to do with anti-Semitic, because they are not Jews. Even there are a lot of Jews who are against
It's a slippery
Zionism.
slope, Q, but okay, go ahead, make your point.
Okay. The point I'm trying to make
And you're
is
right,
that
there are Jews that are against Zionism. We've seen lots of them in the media lately.
Yeah. People are afraid. Look at Harvard, the situation in Harvard. The Zionism has really gagging people. You can't even speak your mind. And this country is supposed to be a country of freedom of speech. And because of even the politicians are being controlled by the Zionists. So they support everything that the Zionists are doing. Look at what is happening. Killing 500 people. Israel has been lying for years. And yet still, no one is calling them out. The politicians here, they are afraid to call them out because they are being supported by the Zionists. Yeah. So
well, when you say politicians are supported by Zionists, what do you be specific? I mean, that's like saying it's like when the right blames Antifa for everything when Antifa is not an organization, it's a movement, it's a you know what I mean? It's anti-fascism, what it stands for. So when you say Zionists specifically controlling politicians, what are you speaking on?
They found their elections, their campaigns, and they control the banking system. Even to the extent IMF is under the thumb of the Zionist
The International Monetary Fund?
Oh, yes. And I would like you, if you can investigate it. So everybody is afraid to criticize Israel because Israel is not a Jew. If you go back to the Torah, or historically, they were forbidden from owning a land or acquiring a land. But Zionism changed the whole complex. That no, we are going to.
Well, look, I don't claim.
I
don't claim to be an expert on the Jewish religion. I don't claim that at all. But I understand that part of it is because Jewish people, as ethnically Jewish and spiritually Jewish people, have suffered a terrible Holocaust. They've suffered all kinds of discrimination. So nobody wants to be anti-Semitic. And I feel like, the state of Israel hides behind that by saying, if you criticize Israel, that means you're anti-Semitic. But, that's not the truth because, being critical of a government, of a state, is not the same as rejecting a people, their right to exist, who they are, or respecting their culture and traditions. Not the same at all.
That's what I'm saying. The Zionism, the movement, is not it's not the Jewish people. Zionism movement is not supported by the Jewish people. The Jewish people don't support it, and the Zionists are the ones that are creating all this fuss. They started the terrorism way back when the British were occupying that territory. They started the terrorism. So Zionism was born out of terrorism. So when you're talking about terrorists, you have to look at the Zionists. They terrorize even today as we speak. Look at, like I said, the first example that I gave was the students at Harvard. They're being terrorized. They can't speak their mind. Because what? They are going to be penalized for speaking their mind. Isn't that a terror?
I mean, and initially, those names were not public. It was just organizations that were supporting a letter that was written in the student paper, and it was they were exposed by another blogger or somebody, another organization, and now those folks are being tracked and punished. That to me is very problematic. You know,
There's many examples. There are many examples, like you just got through mentioning Alicia Key, Kyron Irving, and others, and many, many, many more.
Well, Kyrie Irving, but Kyrie Irving was posting an anti-Semitic book. So, I mean, that's a little different.
Well,
I know. Okay, hold that thought. We're going to continue the conversation when we come forward on KBLA Talk 1580.
She's reclaiming her time on KBLA Talk 1580. More First Things First with Dominique DiPrima when we come forward.
At Susan G. Komen, we believe that ending breast cancer needs all of us working together. Because if you've just been diagnosed and don't know where to turn, we've got you. If you can't afford the treatment you need, we've got you. And if you are driven to honor the loved one you've just lost, we have a place for you here. Because of you, we're supporting those who need help today while tirelessly searching for tomorrow's cures. Visit Komen.org and be a part of our Susan G. Komen community today.
The Green Foundation, key health influencer, empowering our Black communities through action. The Green Foundation advocates for affordable health care, accessibility, and knows the importance of culturally relatable health care. Regardless of income, we believe it is a right for optimum health. The Green Foundation has been at the forefront for 25 years, dedicated solely to promoting prevention through early detection, annual screenings, and nutrition. We know you because we are you. Our hand-holding approach supports you and your family to receive your right to be treated fairly and receiving quality healthcare services. We want you and your family to know COVID-19 was devastating to our families and to our wallet. We can build back better by understanding prevention, wearing your mask, washing your hands, social distancing, and understanding the impact of long COVID. Get the care you deserve. Take advantage of your privileges. Contact us, info@thegreenfoundation.net. info@thegreenfoundation.net.
A sense of peace, a place to kick back and put down roots, a lasting legacy. However you define home, at City National, we're committed to helping you get there with our City National Ladder Up Home Loan Program. Find the full benefits at cnb.com/ladderuphome. City National Bank, here for our clients and communities. Ladder Up program is available only in select areas. Terms and conditions apply. Not all applicants will qualify. City National Bank is an equal housing lender. Member FDIC. NMLS ID 536994.
Hi, I'm MC Light. You know me as the rapper. But guess what? I am the CEO of Sunny Girl Incorporated. We call it SGI. And SGI undoubtedly has a Cadillac, an Escalade to be exact. It's luxury at its finest. It's black, it's sleek, it's clean, and I can show up to any red carpet or any event and feel like I'm flossy. I love it. Cadillac.
Visit Cadillac.com for more.
Your ancestors' favorite radio station, and your favorite morning show host. Let's get back to Dominique DiPrima right now.
Right now, Q's bringing up his views about Zionism, Israel, and saying, you know, I was talking about Alicia Keys being unfairly targeted for saying she wants to go hang gliding or paragliding or whatever it's called. And you compared that to Kyrie Irving. Now, I would agree that the reaction to a Kyrie Irving is more severe than the reaction to somebody who's not black doing what he did. But he did post an anti-Semitic film. That's not the same as, you know, just speaking out against the ultra-conservative government of Netanyahu and being told that's anti-Semitic because you don't agree with an authoritarian, racist, administration.
Well, you know, Kyrie Evan, he posted about a documentary that he saw. Now, whether he did not say anything about anti-Semitic, the only thing he said is that I'm not an anti-Semitic because I know who I am. You know, there's nothing anti-Semitic about posting about a movie, documentary that he saw.
Well, the documentary itself, though, the documentary itself, though, is known to be anti-Semitic. And to your point, Q, Jeff Bezos is still selling that documentary on Amazon, and no one seems to mind that he does that. Now, I'm not saying it's okay to be an anti-Semite, but I am saying that there does seem to be a double standard.
Well, I don't want us to deviate from the topic.
From your point, right? You're trying to keep me on track? Is that what you're doing, Q? You're trying to keep me on track? Good luck with that. Okay, go ahead. Make your point. I'm just playing.
But Zionism has to be called out because they're creating so much havoc right now to the point that people who do not understand or don't know the differences between Zionism and Judaism think that they are the same. Zionism hide behind Judaism and create all kinds of havoc, all kinds of problems around the world. And so this is what the public needs to be educated on, that there's a difference between Zionism and Judaism. And what is going on in Israel right now.
Right. Well, okay, now you're getting to the point where you're saying the same thing over and over again, Q. I get it. I hope you'll keep listening because I can't wait to hear what Dr. Gerald Horne has to say about the things you're bringing up. Giving you a moment to land here. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, I think I'm just about concluded what I'm trying to say is that the differences have to be pointed out. And we have to make the people be aware that this is what is happening. Is U.S. has to be called out because U.S. has been silent. When things of that nature happen, they are silent because, as you know, they claim responsibility for it, for the bombing of the hospital. And then when they saw that it's going to backfire on them, then they try to distance themselves from it. So this constant lies that Netanyahu and his people have been constantly telling people, U.S. have to take a stand and say, look, this has to stop. The truth has to come out. So U.S. have to stop backing Israel.
I mean, the United States doesn't have to stop backing Israel, and it's highly unlikely that they will. But to me, if you're there to stop a war from spreading throughout the region, even if Israel is your ally, you got to hold them accountable. Starting by saying, "Oh yeah, we believe you about the hospital," when people are literally rioting right now in the West Bank and Gaza over that. It's just doesn't seem to be a sound diplomatic stance to start such conversations. Thank you for your call as always, Q. Q likes to stir the pot, and you can too. 800-920-1580. This is where we're amplifying black and progressive voices around the clock. It is KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA Talk 1580 is an intervention. When we come forward, includes you. KBLA Talk 1580, turning pain into power. We've got a lot to talk about.
Race, culture wars, political turf battles, criminal justice and injustice, the courts. These are the conversations you won't hear elsewhere. My guests are leading journalists, celebrities, and sports figures, elected leaders, and influencers. They aren't afraid to get into it and say the quiet part out loud. With Ariva Martin in real time, your commute just became the most engaging part of your day. Tune in weekdays from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m. or find us on YouTube. Ariva Martin in real time, when you want it straight, no chaser.
Unapologetically progressive. KBLA Talk 1580. We've got your black.
Hey there, Los Angeles. This is James Lucky Jr., publisher and editor of Los Angeles News Observer. Are you hungry for news that matters to you in the African-American communities of Los Angeles? Well, buckle up, because we got the scoop you've been craving. Stay in the know and never miss a beat with our free weekly publications conveniently available near you. Or hop on the digital wave and become an exclusive subscriber at OGNSC.com. Don't forget to join the party on Instagram and Twitter at OGNSCINC for behind-the-scenes access and sizzling updates. No more FOMO. Let's stay informed, connected, and empowered together.
The Chase Ink Business Premier Card is made for people who make things happen, like me. I'm Sam, founder and CEO of Manifest, a product design company that makes everyday products designed smarter. I get 2.5% cash back on purchases of $5,000 or more, plus unlimited 2% cash back on all other purchases, which helps us make more smart ideas into a brilliant reality.
The Ink Business Premier Card. Learn more at chase.com/business premier. Chase for business. Make more of what's yours. Real business owner compensated for their participation. Account subject to credit approval. Restrictions and limitations apply. Cards are issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank. Any member FDIC.
We knew you'd stick around. This is LA's home for progressive talk radio. Welcome back to KBLA Talk 1580.
Welcome back indeed. Man, it's crazy times. I hope you're breathing. I hope you're taking care of yourself, doing a little something fun, and maybe, just practicing self-care in a mindful way, because it is a wild time in America and a tough time globally as well. I hope that Jim Jordan loses again, and I wish it was a simple majority. Hakeem Jeffries would be speaker, but he's not. Looks like Jim Jordan's support may be falling apart, but hey, if he gets 15 tries like Kevin McCarthy, he may get it. That's problematic because he is one of the people who supported the coup, one of the election deniers. It would be a sad day in America. I mean, I thought the Republican Party, just when you think it can't get any worse, I thought McCarthy was bad. Now they got next up for you, Jim Jordan. Let's go to JW calling us from L.A. Hotep Ola,
Hey,
what's up? I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Yeah, let me make it real quick. I just hope that Cornel West use these current events as a framework board and a platform to get into major networks across the United States and get some type of exposure, because he has a track record on speaking against all these governments, wars, and humanity as a whole in terms of a Palestine baby or Islamic child is just as valuable as an American or any other nationality baby. We all are dots connected together. The body of Christ needs to come together. People, spiritual consciousness needs to rise up. Our Constitution says that we are part of the government. It's people power. I wanted to tie in some of the dots on some of the other point of views days ago in terms of the unions, how they were successful, but with people movement, I hope Marion Barber, with his people movement gets together. I hope we have some type of think tanks and come together and organize and come up with some solutions, and that's my major point. But here, I'm going to land with this. I hope that these so-called UFOs are aliens, which I don't believe in them. I know the demons out there, and I leave it at that. But the point is, I hope that the only way we're going to unite together as a whole, as human beings on this earth, if something from out of earth come against us and want to see us as slaves or food or a combination of both.
You're saying we need a common enemy, JW. Boy, you went all the way from Cornel West to UFOs. And some might say that's not such a far journey, but you covered a lot of territory. I think a common enemy can unite people. I believe black people are more united than we get credit for being, if you look at the way we show up on major issues. But as a human race, as humanity, not so much. So maybe that alien invasion, you're saying, is what we need to foster unity. I hope we can find a measure of unity without that, and at least stepped up to the plate at this crucial juncture to get some real momentum for not just peace, but a just solution in the Middle East. Looking so forward to the conversation with Dr. Gerald Horne and you next on KBLA Talk 1580.
KBLA 1580 Santa Monica.
Good morning and thank you for joining us on this Wednesday. It is October 18th. I'm Mike Moore. Now here's the latest from the Black Information Network. President Biden says it appears the deadly explosion at a hospital in Gaza was, quote, done by the other team. House floor earning only 200 votes. Democrat House Minority Leader Hakeem Jeffries, who is black,